you guys love Bill Cosby so much, send your daughters and your mom and your aunt and your nieces over to his house and see what happens. He's going to do someone suffering from anxiety and depression. I thought this was a very important topic to touch on because anxiety is the most common mental illness that affects people in the United States. Serena, they don't like you. They don't like you, Serena. That's the problem. You have to understand that. You're a woman, you're a black woman. As a matter of fact, Hey everybody, it's Ashley Ray from letstalkraystyle.com, and today's commentary is about dating. My latest blog is titled, Is Dating Hard or Are You Making Dating Hard? So let's just jump right into it. I have 11 tips that I'm going to provide you all on dating, and this is mainly an issue with women. Men don't think the way that we think, so they have an easier time dating because they are not usually caught up on one person unless you run into a guy that is a serial monogamous. So it's a lot going on, you know. Single ladies, I know you see people on your timeline getting married and having babies, getting in relationships, and you're like, I can't even get a text back. I can't even have a decent date. And the worst thing that I hear women say all the time is, I hate starting over. Sis, you don't even know this guy. Like, what do you mean starting over? Okay, so you've been talking to, which I hope if you're talking to someone that you've actually been out on dates as well. But you've been talking to this person for like 2 months and all of a sudden you guys aren't talking anymore for whatever reason. You feel like he owes you an explanation of why you all stopped talking. No one owes you anything. That's just the reality of it. You owe yourself an opportunity to move past that and look out for the next 3 that's coming in the door waiting for you. I hate starting over. That's already making it difficult for you to date because you have that in your head. So it's kind of like a drag. Instead of being something exciting and fascinating, in which it should be, it's your opportunity to see what the universe is bringing to you. It gives you an opportunity to find out what it is you really think would complement you within a person. So be open to dating. It should be a fun, light experience. And 9 times out of 10, ladies, you win because men typically pay for the dates, right? So go and have a good time with this new person. And do not drop any of your, I got ghosted baggage in my past relationship, blah, 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 on him on a first date. Enjoy him. Number 1, set your standards for a date before someone asks you out. That way, if he's unsure, he'll ask what you would like to do. If he does, don't say, you don't know, because you do. You know that that's a lie. That's like saying, what do you want to eat? You do know what you want to eat. You just don't want to say it for whatever reason. Be upfront. If you want to go to Ocean Prime, say Ocean Prime. But if he says that, you know, oh no, I can't do that, then have a backup plan. I'm saying that because Ocean Prime can be kind of pricey. But that was just an example. And I'm sure if that person is interested in you, he's going to try and accommodate you in some way. And you know what? Me using Ocean Prime was a bad example. And I'm only saying that because I don't feel like men should take women on extremely expensive dates on the first date. Because ladies, if you didn't know, men have to determine whether you are vagina or wife material. And when I mean wife material, I mean someone that they're actually interested in. If they feel like, you know, and that's typically what they do on the first date, figure out whether you are vagina or if you are someone they're actually interested in. So if I was a guy, I wouldn't take anybody to Ocean Prime as a first date. I mean, I wouldn't take them to Chili's either, but I think a happy medium is like J. Alexander's. I don't know. Okay. So number 2, date multiple people at a time. This will cure you of the feeling of starting over. If you're just dating one person, you're putting all your eggs into one basket. And for what? He's probably not doing that for you, but that doesn't even matter, because this is about you finding out who you like and who compliments you. So 3 people, I would say, is an adequate number for dating. That way, if you're number 1, because there's always a number 1, there's always a number 2, there's always a number 3. But sometimes your number 1 doesn't act right. Even though you really likes your number 1, you still have number 2 and number 3 to occupy your damn time if you don't have any hobbies, which I hope that you do. I hope that you're just not out here manhunting and not have anything else going for you. That's a no-no. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Date more than one person at a time if you can help it. I know sometimes people come together, like you'll have like 5 people, and then all of a sudden they just start dropping off one by one and you're stuck with one. Re-up when you get to that point, okay? All right, number 3, relax. Relax. Dating is a process, not a race. Number 4, enjoy the moment. Whomever you're on a date with, which I kind of addressed this earlier, but whomever you're on a date with deserves your undivided attention. That means don't have your phone out. Don't drift off in the conversation. Don't cut him off while he's talking. Listen, be attentive, be free, be open. You're on a date. Make it enjoyable. Number 5. This is super important. Stop telling all your business in one meeting. Do you know what that means? That means while you all are having cocktails waiting on your meal, don't start slamming them down and telling him about every man that's ever broken your heart and every detail about how dysfunctional your family is and why this. Listen. He does not need to know you like that at this moment. Date number 1, you need to remain reserved. And I would suggest if you have a drink, you only have one, because we all know that loose lips sink ships. Number 6. I went over this in the very beginning. Stop creating expectations for men that you are dating. That's the quickest way to become disappointed. Expect nothing. Should I read that again? Stop creating expectations for the men that you are dating. That's the quickest way to become disappointed. Expect nothing. Number 7. Once you're on the date, allow the other person to speak. Oftentimes, men will ask women one question and it turns into her talking for the entire dinner, and she's learned nothing about him. And then she thinks that they had a pretty good date because he listened to her, and then he never calls her again and she can't figure out why. That's why. Find some questions to ask him on a date and actually listen to the answer instead of waiting so that you can respond. Number 8. After the date, thank him and go on about your business. Trust me when I say this. He will call you. And if he doesn't, oh well. Call the next person. Or wait for the next person to call, because you should have 2 other people, right? Number 9. If you discover you like that man, leave him alone. And let me explain this. What I mean by that is don't start calling him every day about nothing. Don't create ways to make contact with him. Don't go on his social media liking everything, hee and ha and emojis and all of that. That's being extra. You don't have to be extra. If there's a connection, you'll know it because he'll contact you. The communication will be mutual at that point. Number 10, don't force anything. Don't force conversation. Do not force interactions. Do not force dates. Do not force anything. Last but certainly not least, detach yourself from the outcome. That is the best way to completely free yourself. That's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them at the bottom. Please feel free to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button if you're viewing this on YouTube. And please feel free to follow me on Instagram if you're watching this on IGTV. All right. Thank you all. Smooches.